That's a good door closing sound. Hey guys, it's Anthony from Just Keep It Fresh. It's been a while. I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately. Apologies. We've been super busy, so busy that I don't even have time to buy my hair wax. That's why I look like this. Still looking good though. Still looking fresh. First of all, today we're doing a super cool video. It's a video full of EVs. We've got the Tesla Model 3 over here. We've got the Tesla Model X over here. And I got a special guest I'll tell you later. Don't you think it's cool that we're doing a lot of EVs? We've been doing a lot of Model 3s, a lot of Model 3s, and a lot of Model 3s. But have you seen this car behind me? This is the Model X that we are actually doing right now for a wrap. It's open like that because the cars are parked very closely together, so it was supposed to be cooler, but all right, let's have a look. This car is completely wrapped and it's actually doing a matte ceramic coating with us today, but although it looks really cool, that's not our main guest today. The main guest is this beautiful baby over here. This is the Mercedes EQA. Now, gotta thank Elon Musk and Tesla. Without him doing, the Model 3, the Model X, and the Model S, this car wouldn't have probably even come out. EQA is a full electric Mercedes Benz car. It's very similar to the GLA, but what the customer is actually doing today is he's bought the car, and before he's actually even getting the car delivered, Mercedes has actually exclusively given us this car to ceramic coat and to do a tinting job. So let's have a quick look at this car right now. Let's come closer to it. As you can see, this car is very different to your normal Mercedes Benz. It's got this blue trim over here inside the light, just to tell you it's a bit different to your normal Mercedes Benz. But even cooler, it's got this grille slash non-grille. See, it doesn't need anything over here because it doesn't have a combustion engine. So it doesn't need anything to cool its combustion engine that it does not have. So this car, very similar to the Teslas. You just charge it overnight and then you can get X amount of range. I think for this one, it's like a 480 to 500 kilometers range, which is pretty good for an electric car. But the biggest thing that I'm excited for is seeing the quality of the paint and the quality of the interior before we actually start on the coating process. Because as we all know that Teslas have a very well-known, feature, soft paint work, getting scratched easily, and a few panel gaps here and there, and interior-wise, very meh. This car hopefully will be a bit different. Although we've got this car brand new from Mercedes-Benz, it's actually got quite a lot of stuff that's actually on the car that we need to get rid of, even though it's brand spanking new. And I'm saying brand spanking new. The customer doesn't even have the car yet. We've got it straight from Mercedes. It's got less than 20 kilometers on the clock, and it still has a few things that we have to do to it. So if you come closer, we've already washed the car, we've decontaminated the car, half done, so we can still show you what's still staying on right now. You probably can't see, but there's a small scratches on the surface of the car over here. And also, this is much easier to see. A few grease and stickers that doesn't come off yet. You have to use a sort of a degreaser or some sort of compound to get rid of that, to decontaminate the car. And if you keep coming towards the back, this is where it looks really good, by the way, guys. Look at this whole brake light. It's just one long brake light. But over here, you can see we need to do some clay bar as well. Remember, it's been on the ship, so there's a lot of things that we actually have to do to decontaminate the car before we coat this amazing car. Now, even here, we've got sticker marks here that was protecting the B pillars so that doesn't get scratched. Again, it's always a misconception when people ask, oh, should it be cheaper to ceramic coat a car because it's brand new? No, there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done before we actually coat the car, even though it's a brand spanking new car. Let's come into the interior and have a look at what's inside, because I think the interior is gonna be a big of a difference to what Tesla has to offer. Let's have a quick look. First thing, when I come into the interior, I always close the door to see how it sounds. That's a good door closing sound. The interior looks quite well built actually compared to Tesla's. Tesla, as you know, with the Model 3, you have just one big screen over here. And if you have a Model S and X, it's still one big screen. But over here, it's also a screen, but it's horizontal. It's landscape. There's two screens over here, and everything's just so well built. Like, I'm pushing this and it's not making any creaking sounds. Mercedes, you've done a really good job, and I think Tesla, you have a lot to learn from this car. This car has the leather interior with the carpets. So what the customer wants to do with us today as well is to have to protect his leather interior and his carpets. Now, why do you want to protect your leather interior for your car? Very simple. You're in Australia, it is summer, you know, and your partner goes, I want to put some sunscreen on. Wipe, 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 and accidentally wipes on the car. What it's actually going to do, it's actually going to bond onto that leather seat. And what happens is you can't really remove that. And that is a pain point for a lot of our customers. So what we do when we coat this, we clean this leather interior with our leather cleaner. Even though it's brand new, it's obviously still got some stuff on it that we can't see. So just for a peace of mind, we clean it anyway. And then after that, we put a leather shield coating on top. That can last, you know, 12 months, 24 months, depending on, you know, wear and tear and how many times you sit in and out. And that will stop, you know, sunscreen marks, stains on the actual seats from bonding onto the seats. So once you've actually put the coating on, if you drip anything, it should literally just bead off. Or if it's on, it should just come off as simple as through a damp cloth. So that's the reason why we coat seats. And the same with carpets. Anything that you see in this interior can be coated and protected and last even longer and looking new for the longevity of the car. Just a quick recap on this video today. We've got this amazing EQA. It's in our workshop today, straight from factory. And although a lot of people think if a car is straight from factory coming into the workshop, it should be very simple and very easy to apply coating on. It's not as easy as we saw today. Less than 20 kilometers on the clock. And what? There's a lot of contamination, there's stuff to be clayed bar, there's even sticker residue on there, and there's still small scratches that we need to polish, right? The important part is what takes the most amount of time and attention, which is the two main steps. Number one, decontamination and prepping. If you don't decontaminate properly, if you don't prep properly, that coating is not going to bond straight onto the paint. It's going to bond onto what's between the paint and the coating, which is your contamination or your residue that's still stuck on there. And what happens is if that residue comes off, if that contamination comes off, your coating is going to also come off. So it's not going to last the 10 years that we promised our customers. It's not as simple as you think it is. It takes time and attention and effort. And we are experts in that area. So bring your cars to us. If you have any questions or inquiries, feel free to call us or message us on Facebook. We'll be able to reply and help you out. And remember guys, just keep it fresh.